Travelling fairs are a centuries-old tradition in England. They've largely disappeared now, but in the mid-20th century they were still big business. Most of those who operated entertainments at the fairs were members of the Showmen's Guild of Great Britain. The guild made rules which bound its members. One of those rules said no member of the guild shall indulge in unfair competition with regard to the renting, taking or letting of ground or position. Any offer of a payment or price for any ground or piece of ground or position which is an increase on the price of it immediately prior to the date of the offer shall be considered unfair competition. In other words, members could not muscle in on one another's spots in the fairground by offering to pay more money. In the mid-1940s, many of the fairs were interrupted by the Second World War. The Guild made a rule that after the war, showmen would be able to resume their previous positions at each fair. Lee, the plaintiff, had continued to operate his ride throughout the war and was allocated a spot by a local council. After the war, the previous occupant wanted the spot back, but Lee refused. The Guild fined Lee on the basis that he had undertaken unfair competition. He refused to pay. In English, as in other languages, each individual word has a meaning. So one way to construe a phrase like unfair competition would be to obtain the meaning of unfair and the meaning of competition and read them together. However, words combined into a phrase may end up producing a completely distinct meaning, and the meaning of words may also be affected by the other words around them. Lord Justice Somervell said, "It is often fallacious, in considering the meaning of a phrase consisting of two words, to find a meaning which each has separately, and then infer that the two together cover the combination so arrived at. The two together may, as here, have acquired a special meaning of their own." In this case, unfair competition was specifically addressed to the practice of bidding wars for sites at fairs, and had nothing to do with any special post-war rule. The Guild's decision was overturned, and from this case we learn that the meaning of individual words cannot be considered in isolation from their context.